Good evening. Welcome to the November 18th Select Board meeting. This meeting will be broadcast live and recorded by Foxboro Cable Access. Start with the pledge. Crowd here, Doc, so I guess I'll have to do it again.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Citizens input. Do we have anybody? Nobody online? Okay. And acceptance of donation for the community center. Joan, would you like to come forward? Mark, would you like to come forward? No. Okay.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Joan.
Well, would you like me to introduce what you're...
I'm not very good. This hearing aids are poor.
So Mrs. Galvin has generously made a very sizable donation to the community center with a number of items that you are looking for us to do with that money. But you
Well,
also,
I want to complete the building as much as possible right now so we can feel like it's done. And I know there's always more that we have ideas for, and there's, you know, a little bit of grounds there. So I'm sure there's more, but what I'm thinking of is let's get a complete community center, which is I've always been advocating for. So anyway, be great for all people, all residents of the town, more than just the seniors, which the seniors I think love it too.
right. Would you like to discuss the basis of your donation, or?
Well, yeah, I've been in Foxborough a long time. This is my town, brought up my children, and have been involved. And I think it's a great town to bring up a family. I'm always recruiting people every time I meet them. Well, have you ever thought of living in Foxborough? This is the greatest. We've got that education system. We have, you know, the location. It's just, and a small town, the way it stayed small, it's very special. So anyway, all these years, I've been working for things for the young people. I was on the school committee, and then we had a youth coalition, and we, Doc and I, we were working on a lot of things and projects for the young people that needed, we wanted to keep them busy, have a place to go. Even now, I'm hoping there's going to be some place that they might feel that they could, I don't know if you can't play pool, that's too expensive, but, you know, ping pong, I don't know, whatever. Maybe, and in this day and age, the young people have the phones, so they don't do much. But anyway, the fact that we have all these various residents from all our human services that can be so much more available for everyone, the veterans, the recreation. So anyway, all ages and stages and all these things we read about, they all are welcome there. I'm sure the library will be able to use it more where they're so limited as well. I mean, it's a dream come true, I think. And for a town this small to have a community center is pretty special. I mean, there are big towns that don't have it, or cities even sometimes. So anyway, trying to decide what I could do here. I've been very fortunate. I've been an investor here, doing my own thing, and I was very fortunate that I ended up making it very big, and what am I going to do? So I says, let's do something where I can see something. So I was going to name it the Jumpin' Jehoshaphat's Building for Good. I use these instead of swears. I have all these little sayings about things. Anyway, but that's what it is to me. It's a building for good. And I see that written a lot nowadays. So anyway, that's the way I feel about it, and it's a large amount. I'm going to announce that it is over $500,000, which is substantial. And hopefully, it does what I'm hoping and letting us complete, to a point here, our community center. I noticed while I was away, they opened up the downstairs, but we're still limited by that elevator, and that's not necessarily just money, but it's other logistics and things. So, but anyway, so that's my gift to the town, and I'm not going to be around much longer, so I want to get this done, and hope it can be very meaningful.
And I would have to say, I see Mark obviously smiling with.
I can't hear you.
I see Mark smiling with happiness as far as some of the things that he's going to be able to accomplish there in your name. And I know some of the stuff was around technology. Some of it was a garden that would welcome people in, and there were a number of different issues that you had basically worked with Paige and stuff.
Thought about.
Well, if you want to kind of.
I can, so Joan, in this agreement that we're signing with you, we can't promise to do every single one of these things, but we did want to, I know Mark and the board probably would want to honor the spirit of your donation, and some of the items you put at the top of your list were IT, security and cameras, an upper and lower patio, landscaping, some window treatments, art gallery walls, and looking at the entrance. And then beyond those are sort of your top priorities. And again, we're not sure what we can and can't do out of those, but then you also might be interested in looking at bathroom renovations. Particularly, I know the toilets would be better to be a little higher rather than lower. Armless chairs for exercise classes and furnishings for the little wreckers room. So that was kind of your wish list of, obviously we can't do everything, and we have to make clear that we can't, there might be some variation, but we are going to try to honor the spirit of Joan's requests, and the exact amount is $546,799.41. So that's remarkable, and thank you.
Well, that's all stock. I was fortunate enough to invest in, and I gave the stock directly to the town, so I don't have to pay capital gains because we are a 501c charity, consider that. So anyone that has stocks and wants to gift it to the town, do that, and the capital gain amount that I would pay to the government, that gets to be a gift to the town. So you get extra, more than I would even plan on, because it happens to be these stocks. Anyone wants to know about it, I'll explain it all. But anyway.
Very good.
And you know what I'd like to say, Joan? So when you say that you've done well and this is something you can do, I look at it a little bit of a different way. My mother was a very kind person, very generous person. We always would say that every stray animal person went through our house. If you didn't have a place to have Thanksgiving dinner, my friends, anyone, they were at our house. My mother went around and to seniors and did their hair at home so they didn't have to go. And she taught us that you should be kind to people. And so the point that this is a large amount of money is wonderful and what can be done with it. But there are people who have a lot of money and they don't give it to charities or a cause. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is your heart and wanting to do this for the community you love, for me, is above what the dollar amount was, because some people don't give to charities. I think everybody should do a little something. Even if it's someone that's donating $100 or it's $500,000, it starts here. So. I think I could probably speak for this whole board, everybody up here, that this is an unbelievable gift that you're giving the town. And it doesn't matter the dollar figure. For me, it matters that you wanted to do it. So So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you
And
so
I will
much.
also say, Joan, this is not the first time you've done something like this. I know you worked with me at the high school and really did a beautiful job cleaning up the landscaping at the high school, and you funded that. I know, obviously, we have
I'm a doer.
a memorial out front here that, was, again, another donation on your side. So I think you've done a lot for this community over the years. And again, I'd like to just say thank you from myself and from the board as well. So,
And I'm
Thank
going to
you,
go
thank
even a little further back, because, you and I, Joan, have done a bunch of stuff together, and not just recently. We're going back 20, 30 years with the Foxborough Meeting Room, the Foxborough Youth Coalition.
Yep.
Joan's always coming up with something to try to give back to the community, to do something community-related, and a lot of it's with the youth.
Yes.
And
Well,
so,
that's what I want to have, an environment, a wonderful environment for families, their children to grow up in. That was my whole intent in coming to Foxborough, is to create a wonderful family environment. So I guess this is just like the culmination.
but thank you, Joe. Thank you very much.
So, thank you so much. We don't know each other as well as with some of the other board members, but what an awesome legacy and story to tell future generations about, giving back to your community. I'm very emotional about it. I try really hard to teach my children to do good, and you don't just do the talk, you actually, walk the walk, and I think that that's really inspirational, so thank you.
Thank you, Joan,
Thank
for the generations that are going to enjoy your good fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
okay.
I
Thank
don't
you.
think we have a motion prepared, but perhaps you could make a motion to sign the community center donation agreement, and Joan will also sign. So I'll pass that along.
I'd like to make a motion to sign and accept the resident donation for the community center from Joan Galvin.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none? Thank you very much, Joe. Appreciate it.
Great.
And Joan, is it true you don't want any big naming after you? You don't want a big sign with your name on it or anything like that? Is that?
Less is,
Yeah, so that's the
Better
interesting
with-
thing also about Joan, is she doesn't want a lot of pomp and circumstance around it.
no, it's only I'm extending the incentive because we ended up giving to the discretionary fund, and that's popular, or the library, or whatever, or St. Mary's and so forth, whatever your inclination is. And I'm just encouraging people nowadays, if, they have such an inclination that we could contribute to the community center. We did it not on a shoestring, but we got a good buy there, and it's a substantial building, and putting all of the community center facilities, resources there is so great. And so it's just a reminder that, the community center will always be open to any donation or funding, I think, that could be channeled there.
You have to have Joan sign it. Joan, did you want to sign this now that the board has signed it?
Sure.
Do you have a pen? I'll come to you, I can come to you. Sarah, I'm afraid I don't have a fancy pen. There's ceremonial signing.
Oh, yeah, like 10 pens to give away.
I know, this one
Thank you,
there.
the White House?
Yeah.
You sign and then you take
So
the pen?
this is the agreement that you
Yeah.
looked at, and then
Was there
this
a-
is the exhibit that talks about the ideas. It has your line in it.
Do we need to have a motion to accept the donation? You always have to.
I did
Yes,
that.
that's what
I
I
I
said.
did that, yep.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Today's date is,
18.
18.
I should let someone write it better than me. Okay.
The second page is on the bottom there, is the one, you just put it on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
That's your exhibit that you wanted the list.
This one.
This
Okay.
is the one that that says we're gonna try to honor your wishes to do it, the improvements you were seeking.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joan.
Thank you, Joe.
Joan, we'll scan that and Katie will send it to you, so you have a copy.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, actually, we're just about right on time, 7:15. Use of public way application for light up uptown, sorry, sponsored by Recreation.
Hello. Feels like I was just here a couple weeks ago. Do you want me to talk about the light of town? Yeah, so,
Well, who are you?
hello. I'm Mark Craig. I'm the Director of Human Services. I oversee the Human Services Department. So we are currently very, very deep in planning Light Up Town. So Light Up Town is November 29th. It is an all-day affair. Some people might think it's just that 4 to 7, but it is all day. We have craft fair first thing in the morning. There's decorating the common with the JCs, the nativity, and the light poles, and then moving into a ornament decoration sponsored by the Recreation Department at the library at 3 o'clock. And then the fun really begins at 4 o'clock on the common. So the application in front of you is closing off streets. We've asked for a little bit more streets this year than in years past, including School Street and a little bit of South Street to do the entire loop around the common. Met with Lieutenant Chamberlain and Chris Gallagher a few weeks ago to try and map out the best possible way to do this, knowing that this event is going to keep growing year after year after year. And we've just seen, unfortunately, too many families and kids running across School Street to get to Shoveltown or to Merpac. Little unsafe situations in the past, so figure let's close the entire road down and make this a really safe community event. This way people can park at Town Hall a little bit easier, park at the Schneider Lot a little bit easier, and really, as we move forward in year after year after year, keep growing this, because I think we're only at the very beginning of how big Light Up Town could be in the future. But so the tree lighting will be at 6 o'clock. I'm really excited this year that AJT is the one that's going to be lighting the common. So Albert won the bid. So they are actually starting the lights now. And then the event goes until 7 o'clock, which is when we're asking the roads to be reopened. Just so that way, after the lights turn on, there's still some stragglers to people to enjoy the activities. We'll have some food trucks on the streets for people to get some food before they head off, hopefully on a perfect weather evening.
Very good. Your motion?
Motion to approve the use of public way application for Light Up Town sponsored by Recreation on November 29th, 2025 from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. around the Common. Road closures, Central Street from CVS to the Common, South Street from Liberty Street to Cohasset Street, Cohasset Street to Bird Street, Bird Street to South Street via School Street.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none?
Thank you
Thanks a
very
lot,
much.
Mark.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
The McKay land donation?
Yes, I could speak to this. So there was an open space and recreational, open space residential development approved over on South Street. It's listed as 357 South Street, approved by the planning board, and it included some open space. That open space is adjacent to other holdings by the town, other conservation land. So the planning board and now the Conservation Commission have voted to, well, the Conservation Commission voted to request that this land be accepted by the town. The planning board originally approved the proposed open space. So both of those boards are hoping that the select board will go ahead and allow, I think it's 6.2 acres, and it is, like I said, adjacent to open space and conservation land already in existence. So it'd be a good addition to our network, and we're hoping the board will approve it.
Yeah, so this, it doesn't touch South Street, it's backland, but it does, as she said, go right into some of our conservation land, so it's a nice addition to it, so. Is there a motion that we would like to entertain?
Sure. Motion to accept a land donation of 6.2 acres of land on South Street near rear across from Paula Drive from the McKay family.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Town manager's update.
Sure. The first thing on my thing was light up town, but I think Mark covered that, and he's much more knowledgeable, as I only had 4 to 7 p.m. So of note is that it starts much earlier than 4 p.m. We had our employee appreciation breakfast last Thursday at the community center. About 130 employees attended, and it was a wonderful event. We had some recognition awards this year, which is a new thing, and we wanted to recognize our employees. The first, we recognized our longest tenured employees and and retirees. So, but the first award we gave was called a Foxboro Team Player Award, someone who consistently collaborates within and across departments. And this year's recipient was Allie Flagg, and she's our payroll administrator. So she handles payroll for the whole town, all the schools. So she has been, she's not a new employee, but she's only been here a couple years, and she's really stepped up and does a fabulous job. The Foxborough Community Hero Award was a joint award to school resource officers, William Monteroso, Joseph Godino, and Melissa O'Connor. They're the folks that were primarily responsible for Foxborough's Youth Police Academy. So we wanted to honor them because they really dedicate a lot of time, and in fact the whole police department does, but we couldn't give awards to all of them. But we wanted to honor them because they really go above and beyond and do this a lot on their own time, and really I know that the kids and the families really appreciate it. And then our final award was the Spirit of Foxborough Award, and we need a drum roll because Katie Lang got the award. So we had to do all sorts of subterfuge. We had to pretend and make a fake certificate so that because she worked on the certificates, so we had to do a fake person, and she had no idea till that morning. We got to surprise Katie, and it was really fun. So Katie, as we all know, is the heart and soul, keeps things going. She collaborates. She keeps us on track, and she does that with every board and town department. So, and everybody loves her. So it's a special gift where you can get so much done and not be considered problematic. So we really do appreciate Katie. For years of service, the person with the longest tenure is James Caffin. He's DPW, Tree and Parks, and he has 35 years. I got to sit next to him today in training, so that was great. And I think we have a couple more years with him, so that's thrilling. We have some retirements, and you might know some names. Cheryl Tacey will be retiring within the next year, and she's DPW. She's going to have 26 years in. Steve Sloan, DPW, Water Division, 25 years. Lieutenant Robert Lucas Jr. from the Fire Department, 33 years. Deputy Chief David Laracies, Fire Department, 28 years. Officer James Parra from the Police Department, 12 years. And Sergeant Val Collins from the Police Department, 13 years. So it was a great event, and we really had a great time kind of talking to our employees, getting to see those that we don't always get to see, and giving out a few awards. So that was great. Then back to serious business. Budget season is around the corner. I'm just my regular reminder that I think it's just 2 weeks from now, December 2nd, we have our financial summit. That starts at 5:30 before, I think, is that our next meeting?
Yep.
Yeah, that's our next meeting. So AdCom and School Committee will attend. I mentioned before this meeting started, but we did have a training today. If you came to Town Hall, you might have noticed a lot of cars in the parking lot, and that was because we had 25 staff members in for supervisor training. And it was a 6-hour session, and we have another 6-hour session in 2 weeks. And the best part of it, it was grant funded, so we got a $10,000 grant to do this training. So it was very high level and something we really appreciate. Mike Mullen got that grant for us, so we really appreciate that. Marie, our finance director, wanted me to let you know that the tax rate were approved. So again, it's $13 for residential, and commercial, industrial, personal property will be at $18.24. And then the new debt amount for FY26 is $1,461,239. Marie wanted me to point out that 2 debt exclusions will be coming off, so that helped break up some of our debt we took on. So that was for the Joint Public Safety Building and the Ahern School, totaling just under 600,000. So we kind of did time that out where before we added new debt, we had some new debt coming off. So congratulations to Marie and her team. Bill Yukon and I will be attending a World Cup Executive Education Seminar on Thursday. I have no other information besides that. We'll let you know after we go, but it was something, I think they're just giving updates. Reminder that short-term rentals are prohibited, such as Airbnb, VRBO, and as is selling parking spaces, unless you're in a commercial lot. Our Fox Alerts, which is our emergency but also community information system, is about to go live in early December, and as of last week, we had over 600 people sign up. You'll notice on my email now at the bottom, I have a little reminder, so we're trying to really promote that because it can be used for, not just emergencies, but folks can choose whether they want regular updates on things that are happening in town. Our second Common View TV show just got completed, and in fact, I just watched a version of it, and as embarrassing it is to make a TV show, it looks pretty good, and it's all about the budget this time. So if anybody wonders how the budget made, what goes into it, sort of all the steps, and how residents can get involved and better understand, that should be up shortly. And thank you to Mr. Beck and Foxboro Cable Access, as always. Just a reminder, with the holidays coming up, the town hall and associated office will be closed the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. It closes at 12:30, closed Thursday and Friday, Thanksgiving. And then on Christmas Eve day, Wednesday, the December 24th, closes at 12:30, closed on Christmas Day. Town hall will also be closed on Friday, although that one is not a holiday. That is, everybody's going to be taking their accrued time off. But since it's a half day and so many people would take the day off, we made the decision to close town hall. But like I said, people will use their time off. It's not a paid holiday. And then on January 1st, New Year's Day will be closed. We have some earmarks that have come through. The first is, it says, provided further that not less than $30,000 shall be expended to the town of Foxborough for establishing a storefront facade and signage improvement program, for a grant program. Senator Feeney put that through. So Catherine will be working on that, and that will allow businesses, mostly uptown, if they need to update their facade or their signage, they can work through this grant program. Catherine's going to work through those details. This was somewhat unexpected. We didn't know this was coming. We have a second earmark for provided not less than $25,000 shall be expended for an engineering study, remediation plan, and improvements to the town of Foxborough drainage system. That's something we did request, as I think I might have mentioned. There is some drainage under the existing Schneider property, and we've been warned that future owners might be interested in getting the town's drainage off or somehow dealt with on their property. So this will allow our DPW team to sort of suss out if and what needs to be done, and we'll be able to do it with funding from the state. So thank you for that. And then lastly, we got not less than $75,000 for parking upgrades and wayfinding and transportation improvements. So we've been using those primarily for the Central Street parking lot. We'll probably continue to work on that. We're hoping this time to maybe get some fencing around dumpsters, dumpster locations, and just continue to get that lot in better shape back there. That is a town lot that you manage. Tree and Parks has a position open for a laborer driver, and there's public works supervisor for water and sewer open. And that's all I have. It's a short one, right?
Yeah. Do any board members have any updates they'd like to share, or?
Yeah, you got to talk about Veterans Day. What an absolutely phenomenal day that was put on. Well done, nice speech from our Amy, and who's what is it called, a Blue Star mom? Someone who's in the service, Blue Star. Did a wonderful little speech, but the whole day was just a phenomenal. Veteran Services.
Oh, fabulous.
It did just a phenomenal job. So it was well received. A lot of people there. Had to pull out a lot of extra chairs there, and it was so well received. I think next year we're even talking about maybe having people park up here and bus some people down, because the word was some people they couldn't find parking.
Yeah.
So And it is a little bit of an older crowd for the most part. So it was a great time. Good, great job by everybody.
And Doc did come to the employee appreciation event and got promptly put to work.
Yeah, there was a coffee crisis. And I was running coffee through the one little coffee maker. But that was also, afterwards, I told Paige, to shut down for 2 hours and put on a program like that, I think was great for not only the employees, but the community in general, to just give back to the employees so they could sit around the table, talk with people they might not normally see, be recognized, Katie, and stuff like that. So it was another great day. Two days in 1 week.
At our community center.
And now 3 days in a week. Yes. So that was a good job. That was great also.
Would you like to add anything?
And
Yeah.
having it at the community center. I mean, both events were at the community center, which was also awesome. Yeah.
I just wanted to bring up that the Think of Vet program is this Saturday. The deliveries are happening. Everybody should meet anybody who wants to help out. We're looking for drivers. Arrive at 10 a.m. at the South Foxborough Community Center. We're talking community centers. I got a little confused. That's a great program. It's a thank you. The people in the town have donated, and I had asked for 500 cards. I have not just kids, like even people in the community stopping by, dropping off, some thank you cards and things like that. Jack Othelet's daughter came by. She actually handmade 150 cards, crafted them, and the whole thing. So great collaboration with everybody in the community. So 10 a.m. South Foxborough Community Center if you'd like to help deliver. That's all I got.
Okay. The only thing I have is just a quick update on the DPW facility. We toured it again this morning after our meeting. Technically, we're just a few weeks away from substantial completion. Final completion is supposed to be by December 31st, but the building really does look sharp. The exterior, for the most part, is complete. Parking, bus, lot area, all of the signage is pretty much up. There's a little bit left to go, but the interior is just extremely well done. I think the contractor has really been one of the best contractors that I've seen in this town in a while, so we're very fortunate. But that's all I have. You want to hit the action items?
Oh, sure. Motion to accept the donation of $1,000 from the Bethany Congregational Church to be used for the community center game room.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion to accept the donation of a pool table for the community center from John and Elizabeth Hardy.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Motion to accept the donation on behalf of the Historical Commission in the amount of $1,500 from the sale of the World War II posters.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve Select Board meeting minutes from November 4th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, yeah.